All right, hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. This is Rudy. Hey, I'm just going to talk about gold and silver and money systems in general tonight. I made a video on this a while back, but I thought it was a good time to recover the topic. I think it's important that as we pick up on things, as we go through life, that we share our belief systems. And for the younger generation, the younger generation is being indoctrinated and brainwashed to believe a certain way about money, and it's important that that we teach them alternative views, and these are some things that I believe. You're of course free to reject it or believe it. I have my strong beliefs about gold and silver and monetary systems and what comprises an honest money system, and this comes through lots of research and Hard Knocks, the School of Hard Knocks. But also, people may ask why a Christian such as myself concerns himself with money and gold and silver. And the Bible tells us that we can't serve both mammon, I think, and which is another word for money, and God at the same time. And I totally agree with that. So I don't hold up gold and silver or any money as my God. But we were given a brain, and we were given the ability to reason, and we're given an ability to look out at society and to make competent decisions. And God, I think, is proud of us when we make competent decisions and when we don't buy into the lies of a fiat money system, a beast money system, and when we make good, sound decisions with the talents that He gave us. There's the parable of the talents. One guy got 10 talents, one guy got 5, and another guy got 1. And I won't cover that here, but go read the parable of that and see what happened. But let me just start, and again, I'm not advocating anything. I'm telling you what I believe and how I conduct my personal life, and so you take that and you use it however you will. You ultimately have to be responsible for your own decisions, but a lot of this gold and silver and fiat money information is just very difficult to find anymore, because people don't even, there was a video a while back where a guy was in I think it was California, and he was in some fancy place, and they had Starbucks coffee people, and he was trying to offer him a gold coin for $50. He said, "I'll give you this Canadian gold coin for $50. People wouldn't take it. You have to find it. I think it was Mark Dice, but they wouldn't take it from him because they don't understand the value of money. They didn't understand the value of gold. They just thought it was some weird coin, and they wouldn't even take it. And I was shocked. He was like, I'll give it to you for $5. Just buy me a cup of coffee and I'll give it. They wouldn't do it. They didn't want to have anything to do with it. So in any event, God gives us the ability to reason. He gives us our talents, and it's good to share that with our fellow man, and just do the best to our ability and make good decisions. But let's get on with my points I want to make, and I'll go through these fairly quickly, and hopefully you'll learn something. If you feel there's some important things that I need to know, please put it in the comment section. I'm open to learning. I try to learn as much as I can every day that God gives me. Okay. First of all, you have to realize that throughout the history of man, that gold has been the money of last resort, and the only real money that has existed. Silver as well. So people will put gold and silver in the same category. An analogy that people often use is that back in ancient times, one gold coin would get you, one really good suit, and that's still true today. If you have one gold coin and you want a really good suit, maybe about $1,000 plus suit, you can still get a suit. But if you had the paper money, right, like the money that's required to buy a suit from say 1920. And I would imagine a good suit may cost you $20, $30, but a good suit has now gone to $1,000. So it would have been much better to have maintained your wealth, to have kept the gold coin, the gold and silver, the precious metals. So money, when you think of gold and silver, think of it as not an investment to get rich quick, but as a vehicle for maintaining the value of your wealth. It's not going to make you quick. It's not something that you're going to put in and next month you're going to go be a millionaire or anything. But it's something that's going to help you maintain your wealth as the dollar collapses, and the reason that it's collapsing is because of quantitative easing and the incessant printing of fiat money to print off all of our debts. Now, one thing I want to cover is you can get this book right here, The Creature from Jekyll Island, and I've got an autographed copy. It cost me $18. I went to a place called Reality Zone. It's signed by G. Edward Griffin. You see a signature there? But see, this guy's an American hero. He's has the stature of our founding fathers, and this book changed my life as far as opening me up to a whole new way of thinking about the world. And so I really recommend you read it. I think starting on page 507, it starts talking about 3 different scenarios that can happen based upon the situation that we have today with our enormous debt. And I would recommend you read through those scenarios and prepare yourself financially. Now, many of you will say, well, I'm broke, and Rudy, you're talking about investments and gold and silver, and that stuff's very expensive, and I'm broke, and what a jackass you are for talking about this. I would say that I didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out in my younger days, and that when I started working, you have the ability to save a little bit, and as you save, as you're working in whatever job you may have, just put a little aside. I mean, you can get a silver coin, a silver eagle for $25. Maybe a little bit more nowadays because the price has gone up. But just buy a few and stick them away as much as you can. Now that will maintain your wealth, maintain some sort of savings in a precious metal form, and just put a little aside as you go throughout your working career, as you're a young man and you progress, into your elderly years, and invest wisely. And I'm an advocate for investing in gold and silver. I think it maintains your wealth. And when it comes to the stock market, get out of the stock market. It's rigged. I've been to the school of hard knocks on that. If we had a free market, capitalistic system, laissez-faire, with an honest money system, there would be a lot of opportunities for smart, intelligent investors. But we don't have a free market, capitalistic system that's free of corruption. We have a completely rigged, the plunge protection team. The government completely controls the stock market. And so just get out of the beast system. They're gonna take you for everything you're worth, and they're gonna play it such that they'll sucker in as many people as they can. Not only get out of the stock market, but take as much money out of the banks as you possibly can, and think about ways to safeguard that. With a 12-gauge shotgun or an AR-15, or exercise your Second Amendment rights. But don't keep your money in the banks. A currency collapse happens very quickly, and when they print more money and when they bail out these banks, all that does is postpone it. So when a currency collapse will happen overnight, and you're not going to be able to go to your bank and get your money out. My advice is get out of the stock market. Even though you think you may know some good companies, it's all rigged, and I'm not an advocate for being in the stock market. Get out. And also get your money out of the banks. Don't keep large sums of money in the bank. And you guys will think I'm crazy, but if you read this book and you have eyes to see what's going on, you want to eliminate as many people and resources as you possibly can between you and your money. Do not have banking institutions between you and your money. Now, you say, well, I don't want to put it all in my mattress, and I don't feel safe keeping any money at home. I'm afraid somebody's going to... Well, you need to invest in a safe. You need to distribute it in many different places. Keep some at different places, and I don't know. You got to figure that out. You're an adult if you're watching this video, and you got to figure it out. I don't know what to tell you, but do what you need to do to say, to put your anything that you have in a safe place, that way you can guard it and exercise your Second Amendment right. And that's what I got to say about that. And another dangerous mindset that I get into is, well, Jesus is going to come back soon, and it's not really important that I prepare for the future, and I just can't wait till Jesus comes back. Well, I can understand that. I'm looking forward to him coming back too, but people thought Jesus was coming back 400 years ago. Jesus may not come back in our lifetime. I hope that he does. I look forward to that day. But we need to prepare to live a godly life, to save as many souls as we can, and to make sound decisions about preparing for ourselves, and how you can help your fellow man and how you can help your family is making sound, intelligent decisions, and not by squandering whatever talents God has given you. So don't get into the mentality that Jesus is going to come back in a couple years, and you don't have to prepare for anything. I hope If Jesus comes back, hey, that's great. I'm looking forward to that. But if he doesn't, you need to have made sound decisions about how to prepare yourself and your family. Okay, I'm up to 10 minutes. Time goes by so quickly. I want to recommend a financial advisor to you. His name is Jim Sinclair. I'll put his website in the information bar. He's not very popular, but he is by far and away better than any financial advisor that you'll ever meet. I put him head and shoulders above everyone. And he's been saying for years now where gold is going, and it follows pretty much exactly what he has predicted. His name is Jim Sinclair. His website is jsmindset.com. I read him, and he's free. I think his wife has passed away, and he's doing it as just a service to humanity. And I got nothing but the utmost respect for Jim Sinclair. Check him out. And I'll put his website below, and he puts an article out a day, puts his thoughts, and he has a tremendously incredible track record. And he's the person I look to for gold and silver and precious metal advice. I don't follow anyone blindly, but I take what he has to say very seriously, and I incorporate it into my own belief system. But he's been predicting gold is going to be exactly where it's at. He says by next year it'll hit 1650, and it's going to go to 1800 and even higher. So I agree with that line of thought. I already mentioned The Creature from Jekyll Island. I can't stress this book enough. Again, you can get it $18. You can get an autographed copy, and you say, I don't care about anybody's autograph, and that's not important. You have to understand the stature of G. Edward Griffin. You have to understand the stature of this man's life work. He didn't just write this book. He's done so many works throughout his entire life. He wrote the book World Without Cancer. He produced the film. He's also involved in the chemtrails documentary, What in the World Are They Spraying? G. Edward Griffin is, our founding fathers embodied in a living person. And so I don't normally worship anybody, and I'm not worshiping G. Edward Griffin. But I'm telling you, it's a cool thing to have an autographed book by G. Edward Griffin. I got 3 minutes. Man, time goes by so quick. Let's go through the rest of these. Fish instruments. I'm going to put the website, but get yourself some of these. You need to understand, and you need to know how to test gold coins. You need to know if they're fake or not. And there's a lot of fakes out there. The Chinese people are good at making knockoffs and fakes. And I'll put the website, but you need to understand, especially if things get bad and there's a lot of phony coins start going around out there, how to be able to determine what's fake gold and what's real gold coin. I did another video on that, but this is a fish instrument. It's a folder. Whoops. And these are the testers, and there's different testers for each different type of coin. I'm running out of time again, so let's go through here quickly. Many of you may know this already, but if you don't, kitco.com, kitco.com will allow you to check the price of gold and also the price of silver. A lot of times Kitco is overwhelmed and the site goes down, so you need a backup. And the backup site is thebulliondesk.com. The Bullion, B-U-L-L-I-O-N, desk.com. So between those two sites, one of them is usually always up. If you have money in a 401k, I've personally decided to put that in GLD, which is a tracking fund that tracks to the physical price, and also SLV, which tracks to the physical price of silver. If you know of better gold and silver investments, let me know, but that's what I've chosen to do. I wanted to do a short talk about an honest money system versus a fiat money system, but you need to read Capitalism, the Unknown Ideal, specifically read the chapter that Alan Greenspan wrote before he turned into Darth Vader. The book was written overall by Ayn Rand. The best place to buy your physical gold, the best place I found is ColoradoGold.com, ColoradoGold.com. It's by far the cheapest price on gold coins and silver coins. And if you put your little mouse over the question mark, it'll tell you the price per gold per unit, depending on how much you buy. I'm running out of time, so I got to hurry up. There's also local distributors like Dillongage in Dallas, but their prices are higher. So go to Colorado Gold and check them out. Mining versus owning physical gold. I used to invest in mining stocks, but the CEOs of the companies are corrupt, and they're just nothing but greed and corruption. Forget mining. I think I said to do that in a previous video. I didn't say to do that, but I said I did that. I've had a rethinking of that. I don't recommend investing in mining companies. Own the physical stuff. Don't worry about confiscation. Ain't nobody going to get anything from you if you have an AR-15 in your house. God bless you. I'm running out of time. You can also use silver coins as Christmas presents and birthday presents. I don't like to shop. God bless every one of you.